Hi guys, and welcome back to Victori's Creations. If you're new here, welcome. I hope you stick around and enjoy today's tutorial. I don't know if you can tell it, but my voice is still a little raspy, but hey, you can hear me now, which is a great plus. I don't know if you guys saw it, but in the community chat, I left a comment saying that I would not be able to record last week because I had ended up losing my voice. I had allergies and that went into congestion, and my voice left me for quite some time. It's coming back, but it is still a little raspy, and you may hear it in the video as I'm going through the tutorial. Speaking of the tutorial, this week's tutorial is a little different than what we are accustomed to. So normally we're creating a physical item in my tutorials. This video is actually inspired by one of my friends and coworkers. She was needing help with one of her Canva projects, and she was trying to do glitter text. So I kind of walked her through how I originally learned how to do Canva text as glitter font by creating a font, by creating the frame, turning your text into a frame. And it really wasn't working out. And I don't know if it was because it was a little outdated on how we were doing it with all the new updates in Canva. So I did a little bit more research and kind of played around with it. And then I showed her how to create it. And she said I needed to make a video to show everyone else how to do it. So here we are. We are going to go into Canva, and I'm going to show you how to turn your text, any font, using any font, into a frame so that you can have glitter text, the foil text, whatever kind of text you want. You can put images in it, doesn't matter. So if you're ready, let's go to my computer and let's get started. Step 1, create text. We'll begin this tutorial in Canva. If you do not have Canva Pro for this particular project, you will need it. I will put a link in the description below so that you can try it out. There is I think it's a 30 or a 45-day free trial for you to try it out, see how you like it. I've had Canva Pro for a couple of years now and absolutely love it and will continue keeping it. Canva is always improving, always trying to keep up with the times. In fact, they have just recently added some new features that you will find when you first log in. They're on the home screen here. For today's project, we're going to open up a new document. So you're going to click on Create a Design. I always go to the custom. You don't have to. You can do presentation. I just do custom because I like to do the 11 by 8.5, which is letter sheet in landscape mode. If you don't know your size, or you don't have, I already have mine here in the recents because I use it a lot. But you can always go here where it says width, height, and then at the very end it says PX. That's the default. Before you put any numbers in, you want to change this to inches. Then you can type in your 11 by 8.5. Create new design. We're not going to need templates because we are working with text only. So you want to click on the text box in the left-hand corner. Add a text box. Make it a little bit bigger so you can see it. You can drag it around using this little button here, or you can even just click on it and drag it around that way. Add your text. You can double click or triple click on it and it should highlight all of it, or you can highlight it with your mouse. For the sake of today's tutorial, I'm going to use dream as our word. I'm going to make it just a little bit bigger. I click out of it so that it's not doesn't have the cursor going, and then click back on it. Opens up the text box. You don't actually have to do that, I just do. And then you just kind of find the font that you want, and you can even add This is the Miss Arrow font. If you have this font, you can add the, I'm using my Mac. So I look at my font book, I think is what it's called, and look for Miss Arrow. Here it is. And when you scroll down, you should see different, and you can make these bigger so you can see them better, but different adaptations of the, to use these, you click on the one you want, Control C for copy, come back over to your text, highlight just the letter you're wanting to change, and Control V. That gives you the arrow pointing this way. Go back to it, and let's find the D. Control C to copy it, Control V, paste it, spread it out a little bit, and now we have an arrow going through our dream. You can make this bigger by dragging it like this with the corners, or you can even come up here to the text and you can click on it, highlights the whole thing, and you can add whatever numbers that you want. Sometimes I just find it easy to just grab the corners and pull it. It doesn't really matter where you have it on here. I'm just kind of one of those people, I like things to be centered sometimes. When you're also looking for your fonts, I wanted to mention this in your font box. If you're not sure exactly what you want, but let's say you want a bold font in this little search bar, search bar, you can type in what you're looking for, and it will give you a list of fonts that are all bold. If you want script, or cursive, you just type in and it gives you a list, so you don't have to necessarily go through all of these to find, because there's quite a few on there. And if you've added any yourself, they're also in this area here. This is one, Miss Arrow is one that I added myself, and that's why I also get the, and I believe the arrows on the ends, and I believe I got this font from Design Bundles, and I'll leave a link to that. I'll try to find the link to the font and leave that in the description below as well. Once you have your text or your phrase or whatever you're wanting to create completed, you've got exactly how you want it to look on your page here. You're going to go up to share, and then you're going to click on download. In the download section, and this is where you need the pro version, you're going to save it not in PNG, not in JPEG, but you're going to save it in an SVG file. So click on SVG and click download. Save it to your computer, and it really doesn't matter where you save it to. I'm going to save mine to my downloads, so it's easier for me to find. Because I've already been playing around with this, one already exists. If that's the case and you don't need the other, just hit replace. I don't need the other, so I'm just going to hit replace. Step 2, turn text to object. Once you have your text or your phrase saved to your computer, you'll want to open up your Microsoft PowerPoint. In PowerPoint, you're going to want to open up a blank presentation. Inside the blank presentation, you're going to want to remove the text that is on this slide. You can just do that by highlighting, taking your mouse and just dragging over both the click to add title and click to add subtitle, and then just delete. Now that you have your presentation slide is completely blank, you're going to click on Insert Picture, Picture from File, find your SVG and click Insert. Once you have your SVG on your presentation slide, you're going to notice you're in graphics format. On the top right, it says convert to shape. You're going to click this, and that's going to convert everything to a shape. Now you're going to want to delete all your back pieces. Make sure you have it all deleted by highlighting. Once you highlight, if nothing is popping up except for your text, then you know you have it all highlighted. Now, before we go any further, you want to take your text and you want to merge it. So in shape format, make sure all of your text is highlighted. Again, you can do this by dragging your mouse over all of the letters. Go to shape format, and where it says merge shapes at the top right hand side, click on the little arrow and click on union. This turns it from 5 different shapes to 1 shape. Click on shape outline and click no outline. Click on text outline, click no outline. Sometimes it's automatically no outline, sometimes it's not, so you want to make sure. Then on the shape field, click the arrow down, and you're going to come down to where it says picture. Click on picture. Now you're going to add a picture. It doesn't matter what the picture is because we're going to delete the picture in the next step. But for now, insert a picture. You know you've done it right when all of your words now look like that picture. Once you have that complete, now you want to save this presentation as a PDF. Click on your file, click on Save As. At the top here, you're going to give it a name. Since mine is Dream, we're going to name it Dream. Save it where you want to save it. I'm going to keep mine in downloads for now. And then here where it says file format, PowerPoint presentation, click the arrows and find PDF and click on that. That turns your file, once you save it, into a PDF. Click Save, and now it's saved to your computer or your device. Step 3, create the frame. Now that we have our text turned into an object, it is saved to our computer or our device as a PDF. Now you're going to come back to Canva on the home page. You're going to go back to create a design. Only this time you're going to click on import file. If your computer is like mine, it automatically sets only to your SVGs and your images basically. So click on options, click on all files, and once it appears as where the text is where you can click on it, click on your design and click open. It's going to say importing your file view. It'll take you down to where your file is being imported, and you can see the name Dream PDF. Open it up. Sometimes when it uploads, you get nothing on your screen except for your text or your phrase or whatever you're turning into a frame. So you want to take, when it doesn't happen like that and you end up having other images for whatever reason, I'm not real sure why it does this, but all you have to do is delete these. That's it. When you highlight over your page, all that you should see is your text frame. If you see anything else anywhere, you want to delete that. Now that you have your text is the only thing on your screen, right click and go down to detach image and click it. That's going to pull your image out. Just delete it and you're left with your frame. Your text or your phrase is now a frame that you can add anything into. Step 4, add to your frame. To add a background to your frame, and normally when we create text to a frame, we're wanting to create it as a glitter text or as a foil text or something of that nature. So in your sidebar on the left hand side, click on photos and you can click on backgrounds, or if you have a particular background, you can click in the search bar and click on or type in what you're looking for. So let's say we're looking for a glitter background. Now to apply your glitter to your frame, you just drag it over to your frame. Make sure you're testing each one of these out that you're looking for to kind of see, because sometimes, and if you want the if the image does not fit how you want it, you can always double click on it and slide it down. But sometimes it looks good here in our little panel, and then when we drag it over, okay, that's cute, but when we drag it over, sometimes it's not so cute. Sometimes it's not exactly what we had in mind. But by taking and just dragging different ones over, you can see that you can turn your text into pretty much anything or any color. You can also do a particular, let's say you want to do a rainbow glitter so that you have more than one color. You can do that as well. There's different types. It gives you different effects. You can do a polka dot. I do not suggest doing anything in your frame that has a lot of white in it unless you're going to turn your background into a different color, because with the white you're not going to see it. Just click back on photo, takes you back over to where you were. You want to do metallic. You do metallic gold, metallic, whatever color that you're wanting to do. And as you can see, just play around with it until you get exactly what you want. When typing in foil, you can type in the color of foil, and there's textures on a lot of these, so that makes it easier to be able to really see what you want to do. But as you can see, the sky is absolutely the limit. Play around with it, create your different fonts, and then you can add these fonts to anything you want. So if I want to, what I want to do is I find what I want, I can always save it, upload it, detach your image, delete your image. You can also position by clicking on position, and you can position it top, middle, bottom. If you don't have it side to side, then you can choose left, center, or right. If you have more than one thing on your page, you can choose where it goes. You also have layers. This is all for that we can dive into on a different video. I'm going to do more Canva tutorial videos later on. Once you have your frame done, you've taken out your image and it's just down to the bare frame with nothing in it, you can rename it up here. I want to leave it as dream, so I'm just going to take out the .pdf because I really don't need that. That was just the name of the file when we imported it in. For when you are creating these, I would definitely name them what they are, and then when you want to create something new, or let's say you have an image. I'm going to use one of my tumblers as an example here. I would normally put a name here, so I'm going to actually duplicate this page so I can show you. I'm going to take out the word name. I still have this page open, so I can come back to it, click on it, control copy, go back over to where you want, and click on control V to paste it. Now, because it's already a in landscape form, you want to turn it. Take those two arrows, call them the yin yang arrows, and you want to turn it here. And then you just add it where you want it. Take it down to the size that will fit. That was a little too small. And then go to your photos. I'm going to do gold glitter. And just add it. And you can just continue playing around with it until you find, if you want it to match your waves or match something in there. If you don't want it to match and you want it to stand out, definitely do it a different way. You can do it a solid color. Say I just want gold. You definitely do just gold. So it's really just up to you on how you do that. I wouldn't do anything super, super light because you lose part of your lettering. You definitely want to keep it where you can see the word. Once you have it exactly how you want it, even that would work, but it's still like really, really light. Once you have it how you want it, then you can download it, print it, add it to your Tumblr or whatever that you are creating. And because you still have it here, you can use it over and over and over and over again. You can always create in your homepage every time you add a new one. Once you upload it, it's going to come up like this. You notice it's different, it's named differently, but it's still here like this. You can always add, like, see, I have a mom frame there. It also has grams underneath it, but you can always add to it when you open it up. I still have it open over here, but when you open it up, you can just click add new page, and then whatever your other one is, let's say for this one, I have mom, Control C, back over, Control V. Now they're in the same place. And I could name this my text frames. And I know this is where all of the text frames that I've created are here. A lot of times we like making tumblers. A lot of times we like to make tumblers for to sell as creators or as gifts, and we like to personalize them. For instance, next month is May, Mother's Day. So there's going to be a lot of tumblers, a lot of different things being made with the word mom or mama or mother, or different words like that. And this is the perfect way to create those and be able to turn our text into glitter text or into foil text or image text, because you can add images to these. You don't have to just add your glitter or your foil. You can add pretty much whatever you want, any kind of images. And remember, if the image part of the image that you want doesn't show up, double click on it, pull your image up, unclick, and there it is. So as you can see, you can add anything. It's a frame. You can add any image to it. You just have to play around with it until you find the image that fits what you're wanting to create. When you want to take it back to just the frame, you right click on it and detach image. You can also, let me show you another way to do it, put it back in there. You can also, when you click on it, click on this little trash can, and it gives you the option to delete image or to delete the frame. If you delete the frame, you're deleting the whole thing. So do not do that. Just delete image, takes the image out of it completely, and it also saves you a step. Well, I hope that you enjoyed the tutorial and that you are inspired to create your own text frames. They can be used for a number of things, like I showed you in the tutorial, that you can use it to add to your tumblers. You can use it to add to anything that you are creating. It works best probably in like sublimation or printed items. Mostly I use my text frames for my sublimations when I want to create a text to go on a tumbler or a tag, a car tag or clothing or something, and I want a certain color glitter, or I want a certain kind of gradient look or a foil look, or even if I just want a certain color or little pictures inside of my text, that's what I use my text frames for. I would love for you to comment below on how you use your text frames. Maybe you'll inspire me to create something new. As always, remember to keep crafting your best life.